Hi, my name is Jim Jonathan Eze, and I'm excited to do a little review of the book Exemplary Leadership. As you can see displayed on my hand here is a hardcover, back cover book with the title Exemplary Leadership above, and beneath it, just below it, you find the caption, A Blueprint for the Emergence of, or Africa's Emergence. And then below it is my name, Jim Jonathan Eze, although this is laterally inverted, but it's my name captured there. And then the book itself is divided into about 8 different chapters, and the very first chapter of the book says Rethinking Leadership. Here I challenge everyone, especially here in Africa, to rethink leadership. That is to say, to consider leadership from another perspective different from what we have always taught leadership to be. So there is a wrong perspective to leadership in Africa, and that very first chapter addresses that issue. The second chapter of this book is Defining Exemplary Leadership. So here you could see that I talked about what exactly is exemplary leadership. I gave some time to it and tried to make us see leadership, exemplary leadership, for what it is truly. And then the third chapter of the book says the need for exemplary leadership. So there is a need in the different areas of our life, especially here in Africa, for exemplary leadership. So I dealt with that issue in this chapter of the book. About 7 different or 6 different areas were outlined or looked at: the area of fighting corruption, or eradicating corruption, the area of service, the area of nation building, the area of Christian ministry, the area of the family, the area of business. About 6 different areas we looked at. Then I also have a chapter 4, as examples of biblical exemplary leaders. So this chapter talks about different biblical characters, starting from Jesus, who embodied this type of leadership. We started with Christ, then we talked about David, and then we talked about Joseph, then we talked about the Apostle Paul, then Timothy, then Nehemiah, and then Daniel. Then we move on to the next chapter. Chapter 5 talks about examples of contemporary exemplary leaders. So there are people in this time who have embodied or followed this model of leadership. One of them is Smith Wigglesworth. I talked about that. And then Jimmy Carter, then President Donald J. Trump, then Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, Nelson Mandela, Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. These are all great leaders in their various fields, and they all embodied, exemplary leadership. The chapter 6 talks about the prize for exemplary leadership. I dealt with about 12 different points that we need to adopt to become exemplary leaders. And you want to go through the book to get a highlight of all that I thought about with each of them. Then chapter 7 talks about building a legacy of exemplary leadership. How are you as a leader going to build a system that is sustainable, that even after you are gone or when you are not there, others following after will continue, with what you have started in exemplary leadership. And the last chapter of the book is exemplary leadership and the way forward for Africa. So here is, in conclusion, I made a case why it's so important we adopt this model of leadership going forward to make Africa to become great and all that God has destined it to be. A copy of this book is sold for only 5,000 naira, and you can get a copy of this book. Just go on Gigi and you type this title, Exemplary Leadership. You'll find this book. You can order for it in any part of the country where you are, or of course through my Facebook account, Jim Eze. You could chat me up, you could send me a message on my WhatsApp number on my Facebook account, and then a copy will be delivered to you anywhere you are. Now, for those who want to buy in bulk, if you want to buy from 10 copies and above, a discount of 10% will be made. And also an added value is being given for those buying up to 10 copies. You'll be privileged to attend my free workshop or seminar on exemplary leadership, and I can't wait to have you get a copy of this book, because I bet you it will change your life and your leadership trajectory. So I will see you when you place your call and begin to make your request. Thank you very much. So don't waste time, hurry up now, send a message, call, and begin to book your order for a copy of Exemplary Leadership, and let's work together towards making Africa great.